Good morning, YouTube. Here we are at Iron Culture in North Bergen. Across the street are the Duchess luxury apartments, and that is River Road, where all those cars are. About to hop on my one wheel here. And I'm gonna take all you guys on a little ride to an amazing bagel shop in Edgewater called Mr. Bagelsworth. It's been there for a very long time. Best bagels around by far. So other than the amazing bagel shop, this is actually going to be a video that I'm probably going to title The Cons of Living in Edgewater. And while there aren't many, there definitely are a few. As you can see, I am trying to get on the waterway, like the river walk, so I get the view, I don't get the traffic. Of course, you live here, you want to take the scenic route. Anytime you walk, you run, you bike ride a one wheel, whatever. Chances are you're down here, you're going to want to take advantage of this view you see right here. Even though it's a cloudy, humid day, it's absolutely gorgeous. And it's nice and quiet. As you can see, all the people are walking their dogs. We're gonna go nice and slow through here. These one wheels tend to really scare these dogs, and I don't want to scare them, so. Good morning. Okay. Thank you. These things freak out the dogs. Oh, good girl. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, so you see how beautiful. These are townhouses over here. So yeah, so this beautiful walkway, the problem is, you see, it would be great if it just kept going straight. If it just kept going straight from here along the water, but it never does in Edgewater. Well, technically I'm in North Bergen, but I'm almost in Edgewater. You always have to cut back and go back to River Road to continue going north. As you can see. So I'm passing by more apartments on my left here. Hopefully you can hear me through the Bose headphones. It's a bit windy this morning. So yeah, in New York City, you know, you can follow the greenway, you can follow the river walkway for miles and miles and miles without having to deal with any cars, and you're right along the Hudson River. Whereas on this side of the river, the same is not true. You have to kind of cut through all these weird little areas that aren't built up yet and kind of take the sidewalk. And this is probably one of the main reasons why I even started learning to ride the one wheel, because as you can see on the left over here, there's a bike lane, but the bike lane here only goes up another block and then it cuts off because there's no room. The river road is not wide enough. It has 2 lanes of traffic going north and 2 lanes of traffic going south. So there's not enough width in the road once we get a little further north here for the bike lane to keep going north. So you have 2 choices. Your choices are to just ride in the street and take your chances with the cars driving, in my opinion, dangerously close to you. As you can see, the line is kind of disappearing. And then right past this little inlet that we're about to pass right here. So we come up here, and now if you look to the left, there's no bike lane. And if you can see the width of those lanes, that's dangerously close to be riding next to cars on a bike, in my opinion. People do it every single day. I think they're a lot safer where they're in groups or pelotons, like on the weekends where all the cyclists and triathletes go out Saturdays, Sundays to train, and they're in groups. It's probably safer. But as a daily commuting practice or riding a bike to the gym, to me, that's a little too close for comfort with the traffic. So I choose to remain on the sidewalk where I believe it's safer. So now the issue, dogs, a lot of dogs this morning. So the issue with the sidewalk, if you could tell, is there's all cracks, right? On the pavement, on the sidewalk. You get to like this part of the sidewalk, right? There's all these little, I don't know if it shows up on camera, but these little kind of up and down sections. And so if I'm riding a bike, it's not going to be the most comfortable ride. You know, when I'm riding a bike, I want pretty smooth pavement. Like, look at this, all these cracks and crevices. And believe it or not, this is the exact reason why I even decided to learn how to ride a one-wheel. I knew I was always going up and down River Road multiple times a day, every single day. And if I'm not driving, I needed something that can ride on the sidewalk and be relatively comfortable to do so. And a scooter, I don't think works well. Trust me, if this was conducive to riding a scooter on, you'd see a lot more scooters. If it was conducive to riding a bike on, you'd see a lot more bikes. You see either people walking, you see people running on the sidewalks of River Road, or you see the one person, and I do mean one, on one of these one wheels, and that's myself. I wish more people would kind of give them a chance. They're a lot easier to learn than people would imagine. But yeah, so look, no bike lane. Right now I'm traveling north on River Road. Same thing on the south side. I don't blame the districts, right? I don't blame the Edgewater. You know, there's just no room to put a bike lane, and they can't expand. You know, I mean, they'd have to chop up the sidewalk, and you know, so it would be a lot of work. Maybe it'll be done in the future. It would be great for the neighborhood because it would be a lot safer for all of the cyclists, and we have a lot of cyclists in our community. You know, we have a lot of recreational bike riders. We have a lot of bike commuters, cyclists, triathletes, you know. And it's just super not safe, and there's really nowhere else to ride. And again, because it doesn't connect. You see how I'm on River Road? As beautiful as it is here, I much prefer to be riding north along the water, but you can't because it doesn't connect. Like, I can cut through here to my right, straight ahead here, and I can get to the water, but then I can't travel north when I get there. I get the view, but there's no walkway that connects. And it would be a pain in the butt to just go over there for 30 seconds and then keep having to cut back to River Road. So I would say those are the two biggest cons that I've found to living in Edgewater are no bike lanes, on a very, very heavily trafficked road. Again, I don't blame anybody for that. There's just the community here is so built up, and there are so many apartments, and the road is so narrow that there's really, in my opinion, nowhere to really put them. But I digress. There's no bike lanes. So that's a big issue for me, and a big reason why I haven't even been bike riding in quite some time, unless I throw my bike on top of the car or in the truck and then I head somewhere to ride. But riding on River Road, a little too risky for me, says the guy on a one wheel. So now I'm cutting through the parking lot. It's another great thing about a one wheel. It's just so maneuverable. You can just kind of cut in and out of everywhere. And it's kind of just perfect for my ride. But even here, like I can get to the water where it's the beautiful view, but I just can't keep traveling north. I have to travel on River Road and kind of just go to see the view, or so that's kind of annoying to me, the fact that it doesn't connect from the Lincoln Tunnel all the way to the George Washington Bridge like it does in Manhattan, on the Manhattan side. And we have such a beautiful view from the New Jersey side, but unfortunately we really can't take advantage of it in terms of like long bike rides, long runs, and people who commute to work and choose to do so on micro mobility like myself. And you'll see another reason up here why. So if you can really tell, I don't know if the camera picks up all the different types of pavement that I've been going over, but this would not be, for me, would not be very comfortable to do this ride on a bike. A mountain bike, yeah, but even still. Let's see if we can scoot past this woman here. Excuse me. Thank you. Yeah, like you can see this particular sidewalk right here, I actually love to ride on with the one wheel. It's a lot of fun, but it's all chopped up. It's all broken up. They're going to be redoing this sidewalk because off to my right, I believe they just approved a builder to build like thousands of luxury apartments. See if I can kind of show you where all those apartments are going to be. All in this area back in here. Years ago, this used to be a driving range for golf when I was growing up. Across the street, you have the Alexander luxury apartments. Again, no bike lanes, a lot of traffic. Again, River Road, especially during the week, people are commuting from Edgewater into Manhattan and back. So there are a lot of buses, there are a lot of trucks. Just super dangerous road to be bike riding, if you ask me. So if you're moving into the area and you're an avid cyclist, it's not that you can't, people do it, but just know that if you're coming from a place that has abundant bike lanes, you're gonna be a little disappointed in that regard. See if I can cut right past these people. I can't. We're almost there. Even in here, right in here, all in this to my right over here, all gonna be apartments. More and more and more apartments here on the Gold Coast. And once again, as we travel north and on the south side, no bike lanes, heavy traffic. Well, not right now, but heavily trafficked road and no bike lanes. You also see Sojo Spa. It's a colossal spa. I mean, it has to be one of the biggest spas, I mean, at least in the Northeast. Definitely the biggest spa that I've ever seen. Very popular. People come from all over to check out that spa, coming from the city. And here we are. Here is Mr. Bagelsworth. Bagels and Deli. Go in here and get my egg sandwich. Hope you all have an awesome day.